Today we're going to look at how to run a transaction on the Ingenico ICT220 credit card terminal. I'll show you how to run the transaction, print the receipt, how to do a return, and also how to settle out transactions manually at the end of the night so you can collect your money. Coming up. From the idle screen, you have two options to pull up the sale menu and run the transaction. The keys are hotkeys and they're automatically programmed that way. So if you hit the number 1, it'll take you to the sale menu and you can choose either credit or debit. Now, unless you have PIN-based debit enabled on your merchant account, you can just select credit and everything will run the same, whether it's a debit card or a credit card that you're processing. You're gonna treat it without the PIN number and you're gonna run it like it was a credit card. The other way to get to the sale menu is to hit the green enter key and it'll bring up the main menu, and then you can use the arrow keys to toggle down to whatever item you would like. So in this case, we'll leave it highlighted on sale and then hit the green enter key and it'll bring us right into our sale menu that we previously saw attached to the number 1 on the hot menu. So the next step is just to enter the dollar amount, and we'll just run a test transaction for 25 cents. And you'll notice that I haven't put the credit card in yet. I haven't swiped anything. I'm just entering the dollar amount in first. And so once I have the dollar amount in, I'll hit the green enter button to confirm and then follow the instructions on the screen, which is to swipe or insert the card. So you're going to want to insert the card with the magnetic strip facing forward, and you'll just push it in all the way until it clicks, and there's no buttons you need to push. So you'll just push it all the way in, it'll connect and verify, it'll transmit and receive, and it'll give you your approval code. Then you can just remove the card and the terminal will automatically process the rest of the transaction. You can tear off the customer receipt right there and it'll print. You can change the amount of time between receipts, so if you want to increase the delay, you can go into the system mode menus and adjust that. So as you can see, we have our approval code. This transaction was successful for 25 cents. If I want to refund this, again, there's two ways to do it. You can either hit the number 2 for the return menu, and I can again just hit the green enter key to confirm, put the dollar amount in as a return, insert the credit card that I want to return the purchase. So if I want to return this transaction, I can hit the number 2, which is associated with the return menu, or if I hit the red key to back out, I can hit the green enter key to bring up the main menu and then hit number 2 or arrow down to return, enter, and then follow the menus just like you would to run a transaction, except this is with the return menu. So I'll hit credit and then I'll put the dollar amount in. And if you have the card present, this is where you'll just insert the credit card again. And it'll run through the exact same process and procedure to return the transaction just the same way as you would have run the transaction. So the order of operations are really important here. You have to insert the credit card with the chip when the terminal prompts you to do so. If you try and put it in too early or before the transaction has even started, the terminal should prompt you to remove the card and start over from the beginning. So again, you need to hit the enter key and go through the sale menus and type in your dollar amount before you enter the card. Otherwise, the terminal will give you an error and you're not going to be able to process the transaction or the return properly. In order to manually settle out the transactions at the end of the night, if your terminal's not automatically set to send out the batch each night, most terminals are programmed to do that, but if for some reason it's not, or you want to settle out the transactions and close your batch out early for some reason, you can do so by going into the main menu and scrolling all the way down to number 6, which is settlement, and hitting the green enter key, and it'll ask you whether you want to close the batch and deposit funds, and you'll just hit the F1 key to correspond with yes, and you'll close out your transactions. The terminal will automatically settle and it'll close the batch. So I have a test transaction in there for 3 cents. Then I can choose whether I want to print the report or not. So that's it. It's pretty simple to run a transaction. As long as everything is connected properly and you're getting a signal to the terminal, you should be able to run EMV transactions just by following the procedures that I just showed you in this video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the like button if you found this video helpful. Be sure to subscribe if you want updates when new videos are published. I'm Brian Manning, and I'll talk to you soon.